Thomas the tank engine was travelling on his branch line one afternoon. He was upset and felt worked off the wheels. Bother Percy and that jam accident, he said. My boiler aches from all this straining. Come on, Thomas. The less you complain, the faster we can get this done, said his driver. Thomas still sulked. Thomas arrived at Ellsbridge. He was waiting for Henry, who was rather late. Oh, what's keeping old Square Wheels? Finally, Henry shuffled in.
Whew. Sorry, Thomas. I tried to...
About time you arrived, snapped Thomas. You've no idea how much needs done. You big engines only worry about yourselves.
Huh. Worry about ourselves indeed. You're lucky I'm trying to get here on time. You're not the only one having to pick up slack. James is being mended, and both Gordon and I are having trouble.
Thomas was indignant. You can handle it, if you're as strong as you claim. And he huffed off. Thomas was now late to meet Gordon. The coaches were heavy, and he found it hard to make up for time. At last he wearily puffed into the station.
Finally, Thomas! I thought you'd never arrive.
It's not my fault. I was doing well, but Henry...
No excuses, Thomas, Gordon hissed. Engines can't be kept waiting. Our timetables are most important.
As Gordon puffed away, Thomas considered his words. A few days later, Thomas was waiting at Toyerek for Bertie to arrive with his passengers. Where is that silly bus? He wondered. Realizing they had some time, Thomas's crew left to fetch tea from the station shop. Annie and Clarabelle were dozing while they waited. Thomas grew more and more impatient. Come on! He whistled loudly. This startled the coaches. They woke with a jump, bumping into Thomas. Thomas jerked forward. His regulator wasn't secure. He felt his wheels start to turn. Driver? Fireman? Thomas tried to brake, but he couldn't. The passengers on board were startled. We've left our luggage behind! They cried. Clarabelle's guard was on board and applied her brakes. The train came to a halt. Thomas's wheels were still slipping and caused an awful noise. The driver and fireman scrambled into Thomas's cab. They secured the regulator, and at last Thomas stopped. He felt disgraceful. After the day's work was over, Thomas puffed back to his shed. There, he met the Fat Controller.
Well, Thomas, it would seem you tried driving yourself yet again.
No, sir. My regulator...
Yes, I am aware your regulator was loose. For that, I shall speak to your driver. However, it was you who started Annie and Clarabelle. You must learn, Thomas, a schedule can't always be followed. Percy will be back tomorrow evening. I'm sure you two will have a splendid time discussing your antics.
And he turned to leave. Oh, that's alright, Thomas, said Toby assuringly. Accidents happen now and again. I'm sure Percy could say the same. Thomas didn't say a word. He felt much better the next day, however, when Percy returned. And that evening, all three engines sat in the sheds, talking and joking. I'm pleased to say, they did have a splendid time indeed.